with the anger building over the shooting death of 3 people in New South Wales, one of which was a pregnant woman.
Police revealing the suspect was not only her former partner, but already on bail for domestic violence charges.
Yeah, let's get straight to Emily Saunders, who is in Lake Kajelico for us. Emily, the town remains in self-imposed lockdown there.
It does, Lizzie. We know shop owners were asked to close their doors yesterday and residents advised to stay inside when they can, and that is because the gunman behind multiple shootings here in the town on Thursday afternoon is still on the run. Police say that man is 37-year-old Julian Ingram and that he shot and killed his pregnant ex-girlfriend Sophie Quinn, her friend John Harris and her auntie Nerida Quinn. Those close relationships obviously drawing major concern from domestic violence advocates.
There's seriously no words for it except for why does it continue to happen? And when do people start to listen and take these things seriously?
Now, police are expected to provide an update on that search. We will bring you what they have to say shortly. Lizzie?
Emily Saunders there for us in Lake Kajelico. And if you or anyone you know is a victim of domestic violence, there is help available. Call 1-800-RESPECT. That is 1-800-737-732. The Australia Day long weekend is here, bringing sunny skies and record-breaking temperatures for large parts of the country. The scorching weather is putting emergency crews on edge, though, and we have team coverage on this morning. Let's go first to Lauren Evans, who is in Sydney. Lauren, the beaches have reopened just in time for a very hot weekend.
They have, Lizzie. Regular ocean swimmers are back in the water this morning doing their daily swim from Manly to Shelley Beach. But there is still some hesitancy in the air, and understandably following a spate of shark attacks this week, including 27-year-old Andre de Ruta, who was attacked just a few hundred metres behind me at North Stain, along with 12-year-old boy Nico Antic. But Lizzie, thousands are expected to head into the water this Australia Day long weekend with scorching temperatures. Many will want to head in and cool off, and Surf Lifesaving has ramped up patrols at all beaches across the state, including increased drone surveillance and extra rescue crews. But they are calling for more volunteers to help keep people safe and hope that nothing like this happens again. Lizzie?
OK, Lauren Evans there. And it's not just in Sydney. Authorities are also on high alert for an intense heatwave blanketing large parts of the nation this long weekend. Adelaide will climb to 43 degrees by this afternoon. Melbourne following closely at 40 degrees. A total fire ban is in place for the entire state of Victoria, while South Australians face catastrophic fire danger on the Yorke and Eyre peninsulas. Let's go live now to Ed and Woolley, who is at Melbourne Park for the Australian Open. Ed, morning to you. Matches will get an early start today.
Good morning, they certainly will. It's actually quite cool here in Melbourne at the moment, but those temperatures are expected to ramp up very, very quickly today. So fans are allowed through the gates an hour early. The matches will start half an hour early today. That's to avoid, hopefully, those extreme temperatures a little later today. In terms of player safety, and tennis officials looking very closely at that throughout the day, it's not just about the temperature in terms of deciding if play will be stopped. It's the wet bulb globe temperature gauge, which factors in humidity, wind and temperature. Players will be afforded extended breaks throughout the day so they can cool off, go and shower and get changed and so on. Now, plenty of huge matches today, some blockbuster matches. In fact, it's the both defending champions in action on centre court. Madison Keys will be first up, followed by Jannik Sinner. Tonight, Novak Djokovic and Naomi Osaka, of course, who made that real fashion statement in her last clash. Last night, it was Aussie Alex de Minaur. He was in ominous touch against American Francis Tiafoe, certainly no slouch, but he made light work of the American to progress to the fourth round. Now, always plenty happening here at Melbourne Park. Just warming up behind me, Rob Mills, who'll be in action here on Rod Laver Arena tonight before those night matches. We'll hear from him a little later in the program as he prepares to wow the fans tonight.
Big day ahead there in Melbourne. Ed and Woolley there, thank you. Preliminary autopsy results of the Canadian backpacker found dead on Queensland's Gari earlier this week have found evidence consistent with both drowning and dingo bites. Tests show fluid on the 19-year-old's lungs, but it is unclear if it entered through puncture wounds or from inhaling water. A threatening letter has been sent to a mosque in Sydney's west calling for Australia Day violence towards groups including Muslims, Indigenous Australians and supporters of Labor and the Greens parties. Counter-terrorism police are working to track down the sender. Momentum is building for a Liberal leadership change, with support growing for Angus Taylor and Andrew Hastie to take charge following the coalition split. Both Hastie and Taylor are part of the Conservative faction of the party. Well, there is outrage across the UK and beyond after the US president claimed NATO troops were not on the front line in Afghanistan.
They'll say they sent some troops to Afghanistan or this or that, and they did. They stayed a little off the front lines.
Let's get straight to Josh Bavis in London. Josh, these comments have sparked plenty of fury.
Yeah, they have, Lizzie. Just one line out of a 20-minute interview with Fox News, but you heard there Donald Trump suggesting that the NATO troops stayed a little back from the front line in Afghanistan. He was being interviewed after the Davos summit about his ongoing tension with the European leaders. He again repeated the claim that NATO wasn't there for the US like the US is for NATO, and then suggested that, for example, in Afghanistan, they stayed back from the front line. Now, Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, wasted no time to condemn the comments. He stood up, calling them appalling.
I consider President Trump's remarks to be insulting and frankly appalling. And I'm not surprised they've caused such hurt to the loved ones of those who were killed or injured, and in fact, across the country.
Now, Prince Harry, who did serve in Afghanistan, has also issued a statement. And he hasn't named Donald Trump specifically, but he has reminded the world that more than 450 British troops perished in Afghanistan along with his friends. He said those sacrifices deserve to be spoken about truthfully and with respect, as we all remain united and loyal to the defence of diplomacy and peace. And other veterans and families of those who died on the front line have also spoken about their outrage, these comments bringing up old wounds for those who served on the front line. Lizzie?
Josh Bavis there in London. Thank you. A wild crash on the busy M1 near Lake Macquarie in New South Wales has been captured on dashcam. The ute can be seen swerving across lanes before trying to slip past another car from the breakdown lane. That car then wedging the ute against the safety barrier before flipping at the Morisset exit. Police are investigating. And crowds are gathering at the Botanic Gardens in Adelaide to get a sniff of Smelanie, the corpse flower. The foul-smelling plant is only expected to blossom for 2 days, with the garden extending its opening hours to midnight all weekend for visitors to get in and get a whiff. Here is our live odour-free look of Smelanie in all her glory.
Quite happy that we don't have smell-o-vision.
No smell-o-vision.
No, we need smell-o-vision. I want smell-o-vision.